Hello, everyone. Happy Sunday. This is Simon with AvaTrade, and we're starting our weekly webinar mapping out your week ahead. For new people, just to explain the meaning of a title, even though it's obvious, what we're trying to do here is really create a plan for the week. And as traders like to say, you plan your trade and then you trade your plan. As you know, there's no guarantees, but definitely not just in trading, but in general in life, when we set up a little bit of time aside to plan our future actions, we actually have a better chances to succeed. So removing unnecessary reactivity and impulsiveness from our actions. My name is Simon Friedman. As I said, I'm a senior account manager with AvaTrade. I've been trading since June of 2000. I started as a prop trader in New York City, and I did it for about 11 years. And after that, I moved on to a different way of trading, also started to mentor and educate. And currently, I'm very happy I have this great opportunity to be assisting our customers at AvaTrade. The agenda, usual agenda as we usually do, we go through indices, stocks, commodities, Forex. We try to analyze a little bit what happened the past week and also take a look at economic calendar and the upcoming events for the upcoming trading week. A risk warning, everything we do here, it's purely educational. You can find a full statement at avatrade.com website. Social media channels, please subscribe, follow us. There's a lot of useful information. You have Telegram, you have X, you have YouTube, which is my favorite. You can find a lot of information there, including tutorials, educational materials, and webinars, including this one. We record the webinars, we post them on YouTube. So if you miss the webinar, don't sweat. You can always find it in recording on a YouTube channel. So please subscribe, click that like button if you like it, share with your friends, write your comments. We'll be happy to hear from you. Okay, so a few things before we go into the slides that I prepared. It's been an interesting week. It's the first week, as we know, January 20th, it was inauguration of a new president, 47th president. It's his second term in the White House. A lot of interesting things already happened. He signed a lot of executive orders. It was televised. We saw it, whoever wanted to. A lot of changes are coming, good, bad, we don't know. Market's been reacting, of course. Also, we had interest rate decision from Japan. They increased it by 0.25%, so now it's 0.5%. Initial reaction on yen was up, then it went down again. We'll see how this week yen will operate. We had also was a short trading week. As we know, Monday it was not just inauguration, it was also Martin Luther King Day. So the markets were closed. So it was kind of a short week with a lot of events in it. So we had indices ending up positive on the week, even though Friday was a sell-off. I'll just give you a few numbers here. S&P was down on Friday 0.3%, finished the week up 1.7%. And in the past 2 weeks, it gained 4.7%. Dow Jones finished the week up 2.2%, and NASDAQ finished the week up 1.7%. Also, we had some interesting events, including the announcement of this new AI project with the participant from US and Japan, with the promises of spend $500 billion for this project, and that OpenAI, SoftBank, and Oracle kind of announced they'll be working on it together. It was a reaction of Musk to it, or Elon Musk, saying they don't have money to invest. Interesting developments. As usual, we have two sides. We have the optimists and the pessimists, and that actually reflects on the market. We have buyers and we have sellers, and that what actually creates the market and moves the market. Okay, so a few slides that I prepared, you can find them at marketwatch.com. This is an article, Trump tariff talks talk is heating up on Wall Street, signaling a rocky road ahead for investors. So we know it was his plan to increase tariffs. Also, yesterday, late at night, I think I was watching his speech live from Las Vegas when he said that he's going to cancel the tax on tips. It was also one of the promises that he used in his election campaign. So it was exciting there. You know, he said that people that receive tips shouldn't be paying tax. It could be controversial, but that's his position on it. So we had oil falling last week, all about quote unquote drill baby drill. So that continues. We'll take a look when we get there. Another article here also, crypto TikTok tariffs, how Trump's whirlwind first week hit your wallet and your phone. Also details how markets are reacting to it and so on. You can take a look, interesting articles with details. Now, busy week this week, moving from last week to the upcoming week. We have a lot of earnings. We'll get to it when we speak about stocks. A lot of major stocks are reporting for the fourth quarter of 2024. It's going to be a busy week for that. We have 3 interest rate decisions. As you know, this one is coming 29 from the Feds. The US, as of now, it's a very, very slim chance of increasing. It's almost 100% that it's going to stay the same, as we know, as it's priced in. And of course, press conference is going to be important as usual when Powell is going to be drilled with all kind of questions that the public wants to know the answers to. So that's US. We have interest rate decision from Canada a few hours before, and the next day on Thursday we have ECB decision. So we'll take a look at economic calendar for specific times. So busy week again, 3 interest rate decisions and earnings for a lot of major companies. Now, coming to economic calendar, before I go through it, just want to explain importance of it to new people. This is public information. You can find it on our web trader or the mobile app. You can also just Google it. You can know it ahead of time. As I said, it's available to everyone, no secrets. And times here, I choose the GMT. And I choose the high impact events. There's so much more. You can browse through it. You can filter out whatever you need for your trading, whatever it's relevant to your trading. Okay, so Monday, manufacturing PMI and non-manufacturing from China. We'll talk about China when we get there. ECB lending survey, and Wednesday kicks in the interest rate decision. Before that, we have CPI numbers from Australia. Then we have the interest rate decision, report, statement, and press conference from Canada. Later on, we have the highlight of the week, probably, the Fed interest rate decision, statement, and the press conference 30 minutes later. So that's on Wednesday. Thursday, GDP from Germany, GDP from European Union, followed by interest rate decision from ECB, right? Also the statement, and later on press conference, GDP numbers from US, CPI numbers from Japan. That connects, of course, to the interest rate decisions like everywhere else. Friday, we have CPI numbers from Germany and CPI numbers from US, which is one of the most important numbers that the Feds are watching. And manufacturing PMI again from China on Saturday. So again, 3 interest rate decisions, CPI numbers, and other things for the week. It's going to be a busy week together with earnings for some major companies. Now, 10-year yields, as you know, I like to show these things ours. They are affecting the market. If you remember when we came close to 5, market was freaking out a little bit, and a lot of articles that if we hit 5, it might create panic. Since then, we've been selling. We came to around 4.5 level. Then we tried to go back. Friday, it was a reversal of Thursday's move up, and I guess we'll watch what's happening this week. This Friday move helped the dollar get a little weaker here and give a little push to gold to the upside. Okay, now as a tradition, the winners and the losers for the week. I'm just not sure. I took it from the Finviz. The number here, it's a little bit too high, but this is official number from them. So I looked at the chart. It shows a much smaller number, but I just use it from the source. So on commodities, natural gas, I think it was up more like 10%, but it shows almost 19. So natural gas has a nice move to the upside. Coffee 5.5%, sugar 4.6%, palladium 4.25%, cocoa up 4% again. Cocoa is just moving and exciting everyone. On the downside, heating oil down 4.25%, crude oil was down 3.6% with that drill baby drill slogan of Trump. Gasoline down as well 3%, and copper down 1.3%. So these are the commodities. And on currencies, the forex pairs, pound dollar 2.6% up. I misspelled here. This is supposed to be GBP JPY, up 2.38%. Euro USD 219, NZD. Both NZD and Australian finally moving up after a huge sell-off, 2.3% up for New Zealand dollar, almost 2% up on Australian, and Bitcoin, which is the cryptocurrency, was up for a week, 7%. On the downside, as we said, dollar was weak, dollar Swiss down percent, and dollar CAD down almost 1%. So we'll take a look at details at each of them when we get to those assets. Okay, let's bring up the charts and let's take a quick look what's been happening. As we said, we'll start with indices as a tradition. We'll start with China. China has been sitting at this level, trying to go up and down, but not really moving anywhere. We have some numbers this week, as we said, the PMI numbers and others from China. Maybe we'll see some moves. Japanese index actually moved up as yen after the initial jump up. It went actually down after the increase in interest rate. So we came straight to the previous resistance from the end of December on Japanese Nikkei. Let's see what happens there this coming week. Now, as we said, Friday was a little sell-off on US indices, but for the week, they did great. Actually, we did hit, I think, almost hit all-time high. So S&Ps, the whole week were going higher with the Trump excitement, and Friday was, it could be a regular, profit taking before the weekend is coming. Also, it was a short trading week, as we know. So Friday was red, the only red day for the week. NASDAQ, same story. We were up for 4 days and then sold on Friday. We are a little bit far from the highs, not as close as S&Ps. And Dow Jones had a nice week as well. And Friday, we were in red. Now, German index, it's been flying, as we said last week. It's been super, super strong. Friday also, we had a correction. Now, is this a turnaround and a reversal for some support levels, or just taking profits before the weekend? I guess we'll find out on Monday. Same thing in UK, just the sell-off was a little bit more intense. We erased the previous 4 days of upside move. It was a strong sell-off closing at the lows. Okay, we'll take a look what happens there. So those are the indices. Again, Friday, it looks like there was a pullback on most of the major indices. And let's see how we start the week going forward on Monday. Now, with individual stocks, okay, as we know, Netflix reported unbelievable results, beating all the expectations. We almost hit 1,000, I think. The high was, according to this chart, 997.88. I think it was around 999 in extended sessions. I'm not sure exactly, but almost 8,000 price tag on Netflix. They reported great, and of course, after the report, there was a huge gap up, but I guess the shareholders looked at it as an opportunity to take profits. So we closed that next session. So they announced, I believe, on Wednesday. Okay, I don't want to confuse you and myself. In any event, after the announcement, the stock opened the following day with the move, of course, the huge gap, but the sell-off. Then the following day, we tried to move back, almost got to the top, maybe 60, 70% recovery. So we are sitting or closing at 977 after pre-announcement close was at 871, more than $100 move. Great move. Now, Intel, we spoke about Intel. We said that there are rumors that Intel is for sale. Initial reaction was strong with the gap and another gap, and now we came back to closing that gap in a way. But the big gap remains open. We close at 2073. I didn't find any details or any announcements that somebody is buying Intel yet. But as they say, you buy the rumors and you sell the news. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. So that's on Intel. From all the major stocks, I think Meta, it looks very strong. I think it's the only one out of these 7 magnificent ones that are at all-time highs, besides, of course, Netflix that had a huge announcement in earnings. Okay, so let's go through earnings. Monday, we have AT&T. I'm going to switch to MT5. I have them in alphabetical order. So AT&T reports on Monday. This is the daily chart. We're hitting here 50-day moving average. Let's see what earnings will do to the share price. Tuesday, a big day. We have Boeing, General Motors, Lockheed Martin, and Starbucks. So let's just take a quick look through all those stocks. As we know, Boeing, it's been having a rough flight. It's been selling for a while with all the technical issues and big issues, let's put it that way, for physical issues for the airplanes. Since then, we actually started bouncing here to the upside from mid-November. On the daily chart, we had, it looks very nicely. We just made a high from the previous resistance here, and it looks like we're making higher lows here. Let's see what earnings will bring to us. So they're reporting on Tuesday. GM as well, General Motors, reporting. Maybe the US automakers should be getting some boost from Trump as he canceled that mandatory electrical vehicles policy, and he wants to really inject a lot of energy into the local automakers. So General Motors has been looking strong, at least since the beginning of the year. And we're right at the resistance here. Lockheed Martin, here we go. It's been super weak for some reason. I believe they produce the military equipment and the airplanes. We had a little bounce here, but as you could see here, after the 50 cross below, it's been a sell-off, and we can't, for the past few sessions, we cannot break above the 50-day moving average. I mean, logically speaking, with all the wars happening and everything else, you would think that they should have enough business to grow and the stock price should be going up. I guess something is not matching there, but earning report could actually give us some clarity. So Lockheed Martin reporting on Tuesday. Starbucks as well. Where are you? Here we go. Starbucks, it was a sell-off. There was, I guess, management changes somewhere here. And since then, since hitting the 200 moving average, we've reversed and we've been on the course to the upside. So also reporting on Tuesday. Wednesday is a big day for major companies. IBM is one of them, reporting on Wednesday. We are above all three moving averages here. Also up and downs, looking kind of strong. Let's see what earnings will bring. As we said, Meta, or former Facebook, or parent of Facebook now, looks very strong with the all-time high, so no resistance there. And let's see how the earning report will affect the share price. Let's see if we can draw the trend line through the tops. Let's see how it actually reacts to the trend line when the news come out. Okay, so that's Meta. Microsoft's reporting as well. As we know, Microsoft has been super strong, and then lately it's been really behind, but it is trying to catch up. Here's the weekly chart where this fall for the second half of last year, and now we're really shaping up a little bit here. Microsoft reports on Wednesday. Tesla, I think the most controversial CEO, not to judge him, just presenting the facts. Tesla reporting on Wednesday as well. As you know, just to remind us, Elon Musk participated very actively in the elections of president. Some say they became very good friends. He even got this unofficial position in the government. But interestingly enough, last week, after the presentation for the AI by President Trump, Elon Musk actually criticized the whole idea and said they have no money and so on. Some say he's just jealous that the money doesn't go, they don't go to him. I really don't know. But as I said, a lot of interesting events with Musk. It definitely is not making us feel bored. Okay, so Tesla reporting on Wednesday as well. So far, IBM, Meta, Microsoft, Tesla, and the last one from the big ones on Wednesday reporting is T-Mobile. Where are you? T-Mobile. Here we go. T-Mobile has been doing super great until it stopped somewhere in December. Since December hitting the peak here, we've been sliding a little bit. So as you could see here, we broke through 50-day moving average, we broke through 100 moving average, confirmed the resistance of that average, and we're sitting right here around 218. And the company is reporting on Wednesday. Now, Thursday also very active. We have Apple, Caterpillar, Comcast, Intel, MasterCard, Southwest Airline, United, Parcel Service, and Visa. Let's take a quick look. Now, Apple, as we know, has been struggling a lot lately. Take a look from the peak of after Christmas, we've been just sliding down until we came to the previous support, and we're actually right next to it now. So some dedicate this fall to issues with selling iPhones, especially in China. They had to actually lower the prices there to kind of try to sell more. Let's see what happens there. I just ran through an article this past week. They said that the Apple Pay system is really growing, and it might actually help them out with the bottom line. So in any event, Apple has been sitting around 220, and let's see what the earnings say. Caterpillar, here we go. It's been going vertical until it hit the resistance here. They are also reporting on Thursday. Comcast doesn't look good. Let's see what earnings say. The past 2 weeks we try to move higher here. So that's Comcast. Intel, again, the big sign, Intel for sale. I'm not sure what's going to be with that. They're actually reporting earnings. Let's see if that helped the share prices go up or down. MasterCard and Visa both are reporting on that day. Let's take a quick look. MasterCard testing the highs here, looking strong after this correction. Again, it's reporting on Thursday. Visa as well. I think Visa looks a little stronger. We just go vertical, all-time highs on Visa. I mean, everybody knows Visa. Most of the people using credit cards, and in most cases, it's either Visa or MasterCard. Of course, the other brands as well, American Express, Discovery, and others. But Visa became kind of a word for card in general. So Visa reporting on Thursday as well. It's an all-time high, so no resistance here. Let's see which way we're going to go. Southwest Airlines reporting on Thursday as well. We've been sliding, making lower highs and lower lows since this December 5th move to the upside. Also reporting on Thursday. And UPS. Wow, look at this choppy trading here. Lots of up and downs. And on the weekly chart, it doesn't look that great, even though the past 2 weeks we tried to reverse to the upside. Okay, so again, Thursday, big day. Apple, Caterpillar, Comcast, Intel, MasterCard, Southwest Airlines, United Parcel Service, or UPS, and Visa reporting on Thursday. And Friday, we have Exxon and Chevron. The oil stocks are reporting. They've been hit, as we know. Especially, I think I mentioned once, it used to be that Exxon looked stronger than Chevron, and I think lately they switch roles. So Chevron's been selling, and here, since the oil, drill baby drill, a slogan went on, the oil's been weak. I guess it reflects on the price of the Exxon share. So Exxon, here we go. And the Chevron, at least last week, it looked a little bit stronger. Here we go. Chevron had actually a nice move to the upside, and then this past week with the oil sliding, it is sliding. So it looks like Chevron is reflecting oil prices better lately. It was the other way around. So both Chevron and ExxonMobil are reporting on Friday. So again, I'm just going to give you the full list now. Again, Monday, AT&T. Tuesday, Boeing, General Motors, Lockheed Martin, and Starbucks. Wednesday, IBM, Meta Platforms, Microsoft, Tesla, and T-Mobile. Thursday, Apple, Caterpillar, Comcast, Intel, MasterCard, Southwest Airlines, United Parcel Service, and Visa. And Friday, Chevron and ExxonMobil. Okay. So those are the guys that are reporting this week. Busy week, again, together with 3 interest rate decisions from Canada, US, and ECB. Okay. Going to commodities, we'll go through those winners and losers again. We'll start with natural gas. Natural gas had a strong week. We're back at 4. Even though we were higher the previous week. So as you could see in the weekly chart, it looks like a move to the upside. But like I said, you know what, I'll bring it up again. This theory, it's just my observation. Don't take it as anything but my observation. I mentioned it a few times here. It's like a 4-year cycle that I just realized a few months back. The move up started here in March 2016. Again, 4 years later, March, here we kicked in. This is monthly chart, right? 2020, March, April, 4 years later. And again, 4 years later, March, April of 2024, this big move started. We had it's not easy. It looks good if you just look at, oh wow, amazing. We had 3 months, but this was very hard trading here. It was kicking out and scaring everybody, and then showing hope again, and then kicking everyone. It does it. Same. That's why on the monthly chart it looks a little clean here, right? 3 consecutive months so far we have. But take a look on the daily charts. Very choppy trading, and so natural gas had the strong week. Let's see if we continue from here. I'll slide again. Coffee. Coffee. Here we go. Had a nice continuation after consolidation here. And the weekly chart, it looks super strong here. Let's see if we see anything higher than that. We're pretty much in the skies here. So coffee had a strong week. Let's see how this week will play for it. Sugar as well. Sugar, 3 consecutive days after hitting the support here from August. So you could see 3 consecutive days. Weekly chart looks very good. We dipped below the previous week, but then closed almost on the same, on the highs of that week. So that sugar, let's see if it manages to continue, or we go right back testing that support. Palladium is waking up, and I think I thought about palladium right away when the moment, as I mentioned earlier, that Trump is trying to revive the auto industry in the US, and it says, you know, forget about the electric vehicles, there's not a mandate to do it. And the first thing I thought about palladium, because I think all this move down in the long term was caused by electric vehicles coming in, so less palladium is needed for the exhaust system. That's where it's being used a lot in the car industry. But since, especially the US, which produces a lot of cars, I guess they're coming back to be using a lot of palladium. It's just my thoughts, my logic here. So since then, we saw some actually move to the upside. It's, as you could see here, the first green candle, small green. We started, this is the weekly chart, the last week of December. Since then, we've been really trying to move higher. So on the daily chart, we had 3 consecutive days up. Friday was a little bit of correction, but we are holding up very nicely here, right? Up above all the major averages here. So we continue watching palladium. Meanwhile, had a strong week of 4.25% almost. Cocoa, as we know, cocoa has been super strong with the physical shortage of the cocoa beans from West Africa. Take a look. We spoke about it a few times already. It went all the way to almost 12,000. Then it was settling around 7, accumulating a lot, and then we shoot up to all-time highs, almost 13,000. And now we are testing or retesting the around 12,000 or 11,700 for possible breakout. So I guess there's still shortage of cocoa. So up for the week 4%. Now on the downside, as we know, with the drill baby drill, sorry for repeating it so many times, it's just kind of catchy. Heating oil was down 4.25%. You could see here, it's been strong previous weeks. And the moment we hit this resistance at mid-24, June 30th, a week of June 30th of 2024, we had a reversal here. So on the daily chart, pretty much the whole week we're going down until maybe taking profits here. But take a quick look. Very interestingly, we had, after a while, when was the last time we crossed with the 50 below? Here we go. We closed 50 below, exactly a little bit less than a year ago. And this is the first time we actually see the reversal. The 50-day moving average just crossed above 200. So as we mentioned a few times, in technical analysis, some major technicians are actually announcing it sometimes on financial channels and websites. When the 50 crosses above, they call it the golden cross, which could mean the signal for buying. So let's see how that works out. So this is heating oil. The signal to buy is here, but on the other side, at the week week sounds funny. We are down on heating oil 4.25% this past week. Crude oil, as we said, it's been selling since hitting the resistance 80. This is the second week of selling, right? Let's see how that continues. Gasoline also, so it looks like all oil products they really don't look that great. Gasoline, the same thing. We hit 200 moving average here on the daily chart. Since then, we've been selling and coming to this level around 204. So we established the oil products, right? Again, this is the last time I'll be saying today, but baby drill is not very friendly to oil products. That includes heating oil, crude oil, and gasoline that had big losses this past week. Copper didn't do that great after hitting that resistance at triple fours or quadruple fours. We have 4.4446. And since then, we moved lower. This past week, we had a drop, not a huge one, 1.32%. And it looks like for now that resistance is holding. We'll be watching China. We're seeing if the China index is moving. As we know, copper in most cases follows either the strength to the upside or the weakness to the downside of Chinese index. And gold, as we said, gold had a strong week. We are challenging the all-time highs here. Let's see the monthly chart. We're not that far away from, I think we're at the, it looks like the strongest weekly close, right? On the weekly chart, 2771. We were higher on the week of October 27, but we didn't close there. So it looks like the strongest weekly close. It looks like it, right? Not the daily. The daily was here on October 30th. The high was 2789. We closed around 18 points away from there. So that's gold. As we said, the yields are cooling down or were cooling down this past week, and that actually helped gold. Also, if we start to speculate or try to exercise our logic, as we saw in one of the slides there, that the markets could be rocky here with all the policies implemented by Trump. So maybe some market participants are looking for some safety of funds. So the safe haven title is being awakened or strengthened in gold. It looks like it. Okay, we'll find out. So that's as far as commodities. Let's run through Forex. I mean, it's no brainer. If dollar is weak, so all the majors should be going high against the dollar. And let's just go one by one really quickly. I mean, let's go through the major winners. Pound dollar up 2.6%, trying to test that 50-day moving average. Pound yen also strong, we just broke through 50. Next is 100 and 200. We might continue higher from here. Euro dollar, after threatening for parity, or at least getting close to it, we had a nice bounce this past week, and we straight to that 105 level, which is a major resistance here, right? New Zealand and Australian dollar are finally moving higher after a huge move to the downside. This is the first major strong week here, which kind of erased, take a look, about 4.5 weeks of moving lower erased in 1 week. So that's a very strong sign. So that's New Zealand dollar up 2.3% and Australian dollar as well, up almost 2%, closing above 50-day moving average. So as you could see, the weakness of dollar just shows across the board. And here we go, dollar Swiss. We had a strong move at the beginning of the week, and then we're sitting at the bottom of that candle. Possibly, we might see continuation to the downside. And USD CAD, finally, actually not, it's still trading in this in the box. Let's put it this way. This was our initial stop, right? Let's just try to analyze it. And we can take the bottom of this candle as a bottom of this channel. So the tails we don't really count, right? So we're sitting in the tight channel here of about 200 pips. We did try to move higher. The hard time that we closed higher here. It's very interesting to observe on January 17th. This is daily chart, and that probably gives some hope to traders that we continue. Finally, we broke through the channel and it closed higher, and the next day we really see nothing happening, and over here with a huge drop, and that created, at least for now, that could be our indication. If we break that low, we might continue lower. But as of now, we have this about 200 pips channel that a lot of accumulations being happening now. Are we going higher? It could be. Are we going lower? Also. But as you could see, here was a huge move to the upside, very extended. Started in September, this major move here, right? September 25th. With zigzagging, normal profit taking, we came all the way to the top of this channel, and now we really accumulating it. A lot of consolidation. Which way we're gonna go, we'll find out soon. So those are the forex pairs, and let's take a quick look at Bitcoin. As we said, Bitcoin was up nicely for the week, had a strong week, and as you could see here, the daily ranges are shrinking. So we are looking probably for that move. Which way? We'll find out soon. So again, just to remind us on cryptos, since November 5th, the victory of Trump, cryptos had a nice run. That's where the 100K was broken for Bitcoin. That's why we had a big move on all major cryptocurrencies. That includes Ethereum, XRP, and a lot of rumors that this year should be an amazing year. Well, not the rumors, thoughts and opinions, right? That it should be great for cryptocurrencies. So far, they've been holding up, and we'll find out soon what's next. That concludes our market review. And let's just, first of all, don't forget about the media channels, Telegram, X, and YouTube. Please subscribe. Click the likes if you like it, share it with people you think might benefit. If you are watching this on YouTube, write your comments. If you have questions, feel free. And just to put it all together for the week, it's going to be an amazing week. A lot of actions, a lot of volatilities, which we as traders love. We have 3 interest rate decisions for the upcoming week, starting with Canada, and the US Feds on Wednesday, and then Thursday ECB. We have a lot of other data. We have major companies reporting this week. I'm not going to go through the list again. I repeat it a few times, but out of major ones, we have Apple, Intel, Microsoft, and others, Tesla. Okay, and prepare for the week, get some rest, have an amazing weekend, and have a great and productive and happy week. All the best. We should be back next week. Take care.